Okay, welcome to this tutorial by John Hoffman. I am putting this together for people who are going to do a two-camera shoot. They've gone out, they've got their footage, they've logged it into Final Cut Pro. They've got Final Cut Pro open, and they've got their sequence ready to go. So I've made this little reference that I can show you. And before I do anything else, here's a little trick. It took me a while to figure this out, maybe you already know. When you have text on the screen, you go through here, text, you make it whatever, it shows up here, you drop in the timeline. When you move it around, you see this green frame, and you're like, whoa, what's that all about, and why is my text so low? Okay, so what you're going to have to do is not try and move it around with the center, but go into Controls and set up your origin. There you go, you can move it around whatever you want. Okay, so there it's nice and center. So what we are going to do is sync up some audio. And I've done a couple of segments here before. There's science segments for the kids show that I work on. So I've done a couple of them. 3, I've already done this one, but here's a tutorial that hopefully will teach you something. So here is my close-up cam. I like to put that on the second line of video because you're pretty much always going to know what your wide camera shot is. So this one, in my case, roams around a lot. My wide shot, on the other hand, which is my last one that I'm working on here, that one stays just stationary, and that one has just plain old shotgun mic.
On the paper. I've got another and I'm going to see. This one will probably go a lot quicker just because.
So that's shotgun mic.
It's good and hot, maybe. But I wrote the same thing on this paper, but.
And that's regular send mics. They're both wearing one. Maynard's is under the table. Miss V's is right there. Okay, so what you need to do is find a spot in the audio that we can match up together. So that takes a little bit of time.
Hello, you're.
Okay, so there's, right away we say hello.
Hello.
So that's a good spot to line things up. And you can see that these clips are independent of each other. So Miss V is on the left channel, and Maynard, our lion over here, is on the right channel. So let's go. And you see I opened up this in my viewer by just simply double clicking on here. And as soon as she says hello, let's put a marker. And you can do that by just pushing M.
Hello.
Okay, that's great. Now we come over here and
I'll bet.
find her saying hello.
Oh.
And we're good to go.
Hello.
Okay, so she's pretty quiet on this one. And we're good to go.
Hello.
Mm-hmm. There it is. So just like that, we put another marker, and now we take these two and push them together, line them up.
Hello. You're back with Mrs. V and.
Maynard the lion. Hey everybody.
And we have another neat science experiment
Okay, that sounds fine and dandy, but these two are still not lined up.
today.
Oh, I can't wait.
See. So what we need to do is unlink them. You can do that by doing Option L. See, that unlinks them there, and now we can separate them however we want. If they're together, you can't separate them. They're just one solid unit there. So unlink them. This one's Mrs. V's. And there's a shortcut key. You can do Control period. Look at that. And that pans her from the left that we had right into the center. We're going to do that same thing for Maynard the lion. Okay, so now these are all lined up.
Today.
Oh, I can't wait, Mrs. V. This looks like a neat one. What are we doing?
Well, we're going to learn how to do secret writing.
Okay. So one way to test to make sure you're in sync is highlight one of your clips, whether it's the one with the shotgun mic or the ones with the send mics on your two interviewees, and play it. And then you can use the brackets to move it one frame to the left or the right. I'm going to move it one frame to the right once it starts playing. And you should be able to hear a little bit of an echo. That says you're not in sync. If you don't hear an echo, you're in sync.
Secret writing. Ooh, that sounds fun.
And you have to know the secret or you can't figure out what the writing says.
Okay, I think you should be able to hear that. But if not, we'll try this tutorial again.
Okay, well, what do we have to do?
Well, right
Let's see
now,
this.
see this paper? There's something written on it. Do you see what it says?
I can't read it at all.
Well, yes. You can't read it at all, can you?
No, I don't think there's anything.
Okay, so that takes a little bit of skill. You got to know really what you're listening for, but you'll be really close as long as you line up like one sound with, one piece of video and audio to the other. And if you had a third camera, maybe a wider shot, you'd do the same thing once over and, maybe place it on the third line of video. Okay, so that's great. We're pretty much in sync. We've panned to center. Now we're going to have to use the pin tool, but first we're going to need to know what we need to turn down and use the pin tool. So let's just test for audio peaks first. Mark audio peaks. It's going to take a little bit, but it's going to go through all of this and find out where there's any audio peaks. Then it'll mark them with a little orange thing up here along the timeline. This really does help you find, like, if you have any static in your microphone or someone drops the mic or something like that, you're definitely going to find it. All right, so there's no peaks detected. But let's turn this on and see if our audio is even at the right level to begin with. So I'm going to select this bottom audio. This is the shotgun mic, the audio that we won't want. It's just for reference to cue up the other clip. So you can do Control B, that will mute it. So now we won't hear it, we'll only hear the good stuff.
Hello, you're back with Mrs. V and
Maynard the Lion. Hey, everybody.
Okay, check this out. We want to be up higher, around 12. That's our standard. I believe -6 is all right. Anything higher, that's still okay, I guess. But if you hit all the way up into the zeros, you're gonna not doing good things.
And we have another neat science experiment
Okay, so let's turn Miss V up 4.
today.
Oh, I can't wait, Mrs. V.
And we have another neat science experiment today.
Oh, I can't
She's probably still a little bit low.
wait, Mrs. V.
And I'm going to iron the paper, and we're going to see if we can see what it says when we iron the
Ooh.
paper.
There's a little pop there.
One out.
Oh, that sounds neat.
Yeah, that's very
Maynard should be a little bit louder too.
easy to do. There's this one's starting to come up too, but I'm going to show you how we wrote, because usually when I do it, and then we use an as
Always check with your parents.
that's right, because I don't want anyone getting hurt doing science.
Okay, so let's check for those peaks again, because I thought I heard something. Usually this is something you can do at the very end or at the very beginning. Okay, so yeah, there's the one I heard. Okay, so let's see what it looks like. You can see it's peeking out over here. That is no good. You can zoom in with our Z tool, and that's looking pretty nasty there. So let's push P for pen. Now we're using the pen tool. Hooray! This is pretty powerful here. And so let me show you. If you just do one like that and move it down, you're going to affect your audio all the way down the screen. So pretty much if you're going to isolate something out like this in Final Cut, you're going to need 4 4 pin tools, 4 points with the pin tool. So there you go. Now I'm going to push A to get the arrow and just zoom all the way that all the way down. You can see it did it right here too. You could have done the same thing on here. For example, Maynard's audio doesn't have that, but if I wanted to do the same thing here, you could do Z, zoom in, and go ding, dong, ding, dong. Push A to get it, and ba-doop boop. But that audio is fine, so we're going to leave it as is. See what it sounds like now.
It says when
Ooh, there's still a little bit of fuzz in there somewhere.
we iron.
So you'll just have to play with this and get it just right.
It says when we iron the paper.
Good enough. Okay, so unmute this track.
Won't I?
Starting to see something
Oh,
show
something
up.
coming up?
Maybe
What does
I
it
should
say?
just
What does
So basically you're going to have to watch your audio all the way through. If it's going
do.
it say?
too high.
Well, let's see. Maybe I should just do one row at a time. Oh, it's starting to show up. It looks like it says sign.
So that's pretty solid all the way through right there.
Neat.
And super easy.
That is so easy. But
So maybe she gets a little loud right there. So you can just do bing, bong, and pull it down like that.
if you use an iron, boys and girls, you have to be careful.
Okay, great. Next thing I'm going to show you is how to do quick color correction. He looks a little yellow. He should be white, like the paper in this shot. So what you want to do is go up to Filters, Color Corrector, 3-way color corrector, drop it down off of there, double click on the piece of video that you dropped it on, go up into your viewer, there's your color corrector, hooray, now we got whites, mids, and blacks. Let's start with the whites first. You can do this little eyedropper and drop it on anything that's white on the screen. Didn't quite make it. It's still kind of yellow, so maybe if I try on Maynard's face. Yeah, that helped a little bit. It took it away from the yellow. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm just going to bump up the saturation a little bit. Try and cheat it just a little. Okay, so let's watch it and see how it looks when we cut back to the
I
wide.
wasn't thinking, Maynard. I should have put that, but that says science is fun.
Okay, that's good.
What?
That's a good one too. Awesome.
That I'm going.
All right, but say you forgot to do your color correction right away, and you had already chopped up everything that you did for your interview or your 2-camera shoot, and you say, oh no, I have to go through and do all this stuff to all these clips. You don't have to do that. What you do is, all these are your close-up shots, so you select them all, and you go up to the one that you had, 3-way color corrector, that filter, get them all highlighted, and let's put it right above here so you can, and you drop them down on all 3 of these. See, it lightened it up just a little bit. So you can see that the filter is there. If you want to see what it looks like with it out, yellow, white, yellow, white. Okay, great. Well, that's all you get for the tutorial today. If you got any questions, come find me. I'm John. Bye.